All right, air conditioning. We are back on this Mercedes. This is a 1983, and I can't remember the model number already. Alzheimer's kicking in there. So pardon the air noise because this fresh air is blowing right towards my camera, so you might be hearing a loud blower. I have it on high, I have it on full, trying to cool down. This vehicle has been sitting in the sun for the past several hours. Even though it's cool outside, somewhere around 60 degrees. And we can see that. Let's see, what's the outside temperature? The outside temperature is around 65 degrees. Let's see if I could get it zoomed in there. Right there. So the outside temperature in front of the condenser is 65 degrees. Coming out of our dash, now that we've been running for 7 minutes, we're down to 49 degrees, and you can see it's slowly going down right around there. Now let's, it's at idle, and this is a diesel. So diesels idle at a low idle, and this is a piston-driven permanent displacement compressor. This compressor does not, because it's so old. This is an old Radio 4 GM Frigidaire, whatever you want to call it. And this system, if you change the RPMs, will have a direct relationship to what the compressor pressures do, unlike majority of the modern vehicles with variable displacement compressors or variable speed compressors. So let's get back here. Let's go look at our pressures right now. So that's the high side pressure. You see it's pretty lumpy there. Up and down, up and down, up and down, because that's the fan operating outside. The fan comes on at roughly 237 PSI. The fan turns on, and you can see down here the fan turns off at somewhere around 189, 188. That's where the contacts open up and the electric fan turns off. It has a mechanical thermal fluid fan clutch on the engine, direct drive to the water pump. So this is the electric fan cycling, and the low pressure is staying around 26, 20, 26, 22, 25. So that's where the low is, but this is at idle, and I got to show you that. I got a fixed displacement compressor. All of these terminologies, you need to really understand the difference between variable displacement and fixed piston displacement. And this is a diesel, so it's shaking like it wants to shake the martini, not stirred. If you want to have a scrambled egg, just put an egg up there and it'll scramble an egg. So in the earlier video, in the very first video, I think I explained it came in with no refrigerant. I used the ultrasonic, and I could stop wasting my batteries on the ultrasonic. I used the ultrasonic leak detector. There was no dye in the system. It came in empty. So as you can see, the compressor's been kicking on and off right now. That's a thermal fluid fan clutch. You guys need to know the difference between fan clutches because they could give you hell. This one at this age, even though it's original and it looks like it's blowing and it's working good, it should be changed if they want opto. It will do nothing to the temperature of the radiator and the engine running. It just doesn't flow the amount of air that it should be flowing like when it was brand new. And on hot days and stop and go traffic, you want this fan to work at its premium, not just rely on the auxiliary fan. Here it goes, it's kicking in. So I'm gonna, let's speed up the engine and let's see what piston speed, the speed of the compressor, since it's direct drive the belts. We gotta remember to mention that because there's so many electric vehicles and hybrid vehicles that don't have belts. We gotta remember there's a new generation coming in here, and we have to be very aware of what we're dealing with. Let me see if I won't be able to get the glare out of here, I'm sorry, but let's see if I could get the RPMs. Here's the RPMs. We're sitting at idle. I'm going to try to see if I could let you see the pressures and the RPMs at the same time. This is a diesel, so let's take it up under 1,000 RPMs. Oh, the RPMs are not working. Nope, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna take it to what feels like about 1,000 RPMs, between 1,000 and 15 RPMs. And we're gonna see what happens here. And as we can see, our high side pressure is not just going above our idle pressure. The fan kicked in, we know the fan kicked in. Whoops, not 2,000 RPMs. But the pressure is staying higher for longer with the higher RPMs at idle. This is at idle, not moving down the freeway. If we were moving down the freeway, we would have a rush of air over the condenser and we would not be seeing this like this. Idle and freeway are completely different animals when you're dealing with high pressure velocity air over the condenser. But we can see the pressure here. (14 PSI). 14 PSI for this vehicle, this year make model vehicle, is normal. Now let's go back over to the temperature. Do you remember what the temperature was? I think it was around 51 degrees. We're at 38 now. So we're about there, 48 degrees. 38 degrees. Fixed piston compressor. Now, if you know, when I do this exact same test on many, but not all variable speeds, the temperature stays the same. It doesn't move at all. On some of them it does, some of them it cycles, some of them the temperature actually goes up when I give it RPMs on a variable displacement compressor. Year, make, model, vehicle, manufacturer, specified, operate differently. I'm sorry if that's going to bust some heads. You all want it to be simple, and I go, I just want to know one spec and I want to apply it to all vehicles. No, that shit never worked in the past. Only idiots with the little jack-off cans did that, and it doesn't work now. So here we are. The idle is up. I'm having a hard time with this little turbo diesel keeping the idle steady. I'm trying to keep it from without using the tach, just by the vibration and nearly 40 years of dealing with vehicles, using my feel to determine the RPM. But as you can see, we're staying up there. Oh look, 11 PSI, 9 PSI, but that my idle just jumped up to about 2,500 RPMs for a second. Idle's way up there. I'm trying to pull the idle back down off 2,000 RPMs. Right now the idle's at 2,000 RPMs, way above where it should be. And I'm slowly trying to take my foot back. Because this is a turbo and a diesel, controlling the idle is not easy on this old car. So let's go back. I got the idle up still now, probably around 1,000. Let's go take a look at what's happening here. You could see my unsteady idle there when I was having problems with idle. High side pressure. Now, if I were to hook up a big fan, really like a big 4-foot, 10,000, 15,000 CF fan, put it in front of the vehicle, and you would see a smooth, and it would keep the pressure temperature down, and you'd see the high side pressure pretty flat. But look at this. Low side pressure, 15, 14, 11, 14, 13, 13. Over time, there's minute number 12, there's minute number 15. This is normal for this year particular. Get that through your head. When you have one of these come in your shop, don't do what that little gauge from Earl Scheib's or Sherber's or AAA or Big Auto or Grand Auto or O'Reilly's. Whatever that little funky jerk-off can gauge says on the low side, that is normal. That is not normal on this vehicle. Let's go back to where our temperature is. And it looks like we're staying right around 39 degrees Fahrenheit. As you can see, as low as 36 degrees. Right there, that's our low temperature. At this idle, right here, sitting in the sun, 39 degrees. Taken out of the vent right there. So now you can see the difference between idle and off idle. I think that's enough for now, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow on the next vehicle that I post. See ya.